Hey guys, Marslingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. So as always, I am here to bring you a video to let you know how to prepare for the upcoming content on Global releasing in the next week. Normally I put this out on a Saturday, so this one is going up a day late. But it's basically the idea of these videos is to give you something to do over the weekend if you find yourself with nothing to do in Dokkan. The stuff that we're going to talk about does actually release slightly later than usual, a day later in fact, so I guess this video going up a day later is probably not the worst thing in the world. But we have 4 major EZA'S coming to Global, and obviously there are ways that you can prepare, especially for the LR Trunks, the AGL, because his is a Extreme Z area, and just like the LRs that we've seen in the past, the other Prime Battle LR EZA areas, you do need to have a full team of EZA'd units. So obviously you want to make sure that those teams are ready to go. And then we do have a summonable LR EZA as well. We'll talk about him very briefly in this video, and then of course I will do a proper team building guide, as I always do, for the Extreme Z battles. So first of all, let's talk about LR Prime Battle Trunks. So he gets a pretty nice improvement. He becomes a very, very good Future Saga leader for free-to-play, probably the best, of course. 4 key and 130 to stats. This is obviously very useful as a sub-lead for like Battlefield as well, so definitely a solid leader skill. He raises defense on his 12 key super, does colossal damage to the enemy, and then his Ultra super massively raises attack for 1 turn and does mega colossal. He gets attack and defense 40%, attack and defense 40% when performing a super attack, key +3 when facing only 1 enemy, and then key +8 plus an additional attack and defense 40% when facing 2 or more enemies, and then 3 key and attack and defense 40% for the rest of the battle at the end of the turn in which a final blow was delivered. So I don't think it actually mentions in the notes of the units here, does it? But I'm sure this is only once only, right? Like, it doesn't say once only, but it doesn't say anything here about you being able to do it multiple times. These kind of things are a little bit annoying, but obviously in longer form events you want to make sure that you're getting this really early on, so that you can have the buff for the rest of the event. Although for this Trunks in particular, even on like a 170 team, because he is a free-to-play unit, when it comes to harder events, like say we took him into the Legendary Vegeta event, I would probably deliberately want to get his 12 key super so that he raises defense for the turn. So getting the 3 extra key might not necessarily be the best thing in the world. Although when we look at his links, he doesn't have the best in terms of key links. So he does have Royal Lineage, which gives 2 key at level 10. Dismal Future is 2 key at level 10 as well, and then obviously he has Shattering the Limit and Legendary Power. So getting the 3 extra key from his passive, you probably still can get his 12 key super fairly easily, which probably is the best thing to do in harder content. But his links are okay, he's on a lot of teams, so he is a very solid unit. But he has an Extreme Z area, which, as I say, you need to take on with 6 specific characters. This isn't like a normal free-to-play TUR Extreme Z area where there's like, you know, 10, I know sometimes it's less, but like 10 or more characters that you can choose from to use. In this one, you have to use all 6 units, and they have to be fully EZA'd, except for the first form Cell, because obviously he doesn't have an EZA, and they have to be rainbowed as well. Now, for EZA characters, obviously you can rainbow a unit when they're SA10. You can use them at SA10, they don't have to be SA15, but of course remember when a unit gets EZA'd, their super attack effect doesn't change until they get to super attack 14. So because they're free to play units, you obviously want to make sure that they are super attack 15 already. So we have the 18 Kissing Krillin, that's quite an old unit now, so hopefully you guys have her done already. And then we have the Future Androids, I put out a showcase video for them yesterday, make sure these guys are done and ready to go. And then you also have to use 14 and 15 and the STR13, who we will talk about next. They are getting their EZA at the same time, so these all come out at the same time. You do obviously have to do these 2 first so that you can then take them into Trunks' event. And then Cell, it's weird because Cell is an artificial life forms leader, but 17 and 18 are not on artificial life forms because obviously they are technically cyborgs. So I think the best leader to use is actually the Tech 17 or possibly the STR18, because they have Android's leader skills. So obviously after EZA, this guy has 3 key 77%, and then 18 has 3 key 77%. So those two are the best options for the leads for this team, because Cell is not giving the full leader skill to everybody here, because half the team is not going to be on artificial life forms. And the guest friend it gives you is an EZA-17, so obviously has the android's leader skill. So it should be pretty straightforward with this setup, but those are the units you have to use. These three you should have done already. And then, of course, the other two you can start preparing for. In terms of the Trunks himself, for me personally, when it comes to Prime Battle LRs, farming up another copy to SA5 and then farming up those 777 medals seems like a bit too much of a grind for me, even with the bonus drops. But if you really have nothing else to do in the game, then obviously you could go ahead and do that. Fortunately for me, I do have a lot of Kais, so I probably will just use Kais on him. But I know, I obviously understand some people do not have a bunch of spare Kais they can just burn through. So you might not be able to do that. So farming up another copy and farming up all the medals is pretty annoying, but is, of course, a free way to get him to SA25. So two more units that you need to take part in this. You need the Str Android 13. He's available from the barbershop, and obviously it was quite a while ago now. I keep saying recently, but it was quite a while ago. They updated the barbershop to make it so you can buy infinite copies of all the units. So obviously if you're someone who's been grinding link levels back before auto was added and 23.8 was the stage that everybody was doing, you were at the same time farming hundreds of incredible gems. So you're possibly able to just buy all the copies you need to get him, like have a spare copy at SA5 and your copy at SA10 with all 4 paths open. And then you can do his Extreme Z area and then just feed in that extra copy at SA5. He's pretty good. Obviously, he's going to be good in the Trunks Extreme Z area as well, because whenever you fight a Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, or Piccolo, he gets 130% attack and defense, which is really good, because looking at his start of turn stats, he has attack 130 and then 40% damage reduction when ki is 8 or more. So if you're not fighting a Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, or Trunks, he doesn't actually have any defense unless you have this later part. Attack and defense 70% when your team has 14 and 15 in the same turn. So ideally you want to get them two together in the Extreme Z area, because then not only is he getting all of his buffs, but then you're also getting the extra effect from 14 and 15. So if we have a look at 14 and 15, they're a target Goku leader. In fact, I wonder if are all of the units on target Goku, because you'd be able to use them as the leader. I don't think Cell is Cell on there. Yeah, Tech Cell is on there. And then all the other androids should be on there, right? Like STR 18 is there. There's 13, 14 and 15. Cell. The future androids on here. The future androids are not on here, so you would not be able to use him as the leader after all, unfortunately. So yeah, but anyway, they are a solid unit. Supreme damage lowers attack and defense. Attack and defense 90%. Additional attack and defense 29% when performing a super. Additional attack and defense 90% and foresee enemy super attacks for the rest of the battle when you have Android 13 in the same turn. They then get extra buffs and stuff when there's a fusion Android 13, but obviously in this event we're not going to get that because the STR 13 does not transform. But this is super good. Like, if you get this rotation straight away, I mean, the Extreme Z area is not going to be particularly hard anyway, but having the Scouter ability unlocked is super, super useful. And then, of course, they're getting an extra attack and defense 90%. So that is all going to add up, and you can lower attack in the Extreme Z areas as well. So that combo going to be very, very good. Ideally, the best way to run it is literally just have Tech 17 and STR 18 as one rotation, and then 13 and 14 and 15 as the other rotation, and then you will absolutely crush the Extreme Z area and be able to Extreme Z awaken the Trunks. So the only other one that we're getting, which obviously was announced in the news, is we're getting the EZA for physical LR Super Saiyan Trunks. Once he is awakened, physical types 4 key, HP attack and defense 120. His 12 key, colossal damage, raises defense by 30% for 6 turns. And then the 18 key is mega colossal damage and raises defense by 30% for 6 turns. So it stacks multiple times. The best build for this Trunks has always been to go full additional because he has built-in crits. So this obviously helps if you get double supers, you're getting the extra stacks. He gets attack 150, defense 100, key 3, an additional on attack 50% when attacking extreme class enemies, high chance to perform a crit, and then additional key plus 5 and guaranteed crit when there is a wicked bloodline enemy. So obviously there's not a ton of events where this is going to be useful. The only thing I can think of that's upcoming is the Red Zone event against Cooler, but I'm pretty sure that this guy's not quite good enough to hang in that event. I know one of the stages is STR. I think even on a turn where he double supers, I don't think his defense is going to be good enough. But overall, he's going to be a nice little buff. Obviously, much better than his pre-Extreme Z Awakened version. But as I said at the beginning, I will do a proper team building guide for his Extreme Z battle. LR EZA'S are a mixed bag when it comes to difficulty. Most of them have been fairly straightforward, but keep an eye out for that team building guide. I will be putting that up as usual either a day or two before the actual Extreme Z battle comes out, and the date for that is in the news if you want to double check it and cross-reference it to your local time wherever you are. So 4 EZA'S coming to global. Unfortunately, that pretty much seems to be, apart from a world tournament, which, you know, everybody loves, is the only thing that's really coming next week. But, you know, Trunks, we always kind of knew this is like a mini filler celebration that leads us into Saiyan Day. So I will do a video closer to the start of the world tournament about the world tournament units. I probably won't be grinding this one as hard. I'm definitely not going to do a 24-hour live stream like I did last time. But yeah, let me know what you guys are most looking forward to for this week. Is it one of the particular EZA'S? Is it the world tournament? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and keep an eye out for that physical Trunks LR team building guide. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.